This is going to be a short video because the soldering iron is off and there's nothing really that can go wrong, because all we're going to do is put these chips in the sockets. And it's a good thing that I'm socketing this, because if you had a failure or if you messed up the solder or something, you're not going to mess up the chip. And this chip in particular, which is the SpeakJet or SpeakGen, it's the same basic chip, is 25 bucks a pop. So this thing is, I don't know, worth its weight in what? Silver, gold, whatever. There it is. This is what does all the work. And these two, this is the EEPROM, and this is the audio amp. So I'm just going to push it in. And believe it or not, I've messed this up before, because if you apply too much force, then you can bend a leg. You really don't want to do that on $25 chip. So there it is. Now the only thing that's missing is this optional 10-pin header, which is used to reprogram the peak right here. And this peak stores the startup speech string when it switches to the VecVox and the VecVoice mode. And we have a lot of boards that are kind of semi-functional, because this firmware was having trouble coming to life and booting up and reprogramming or switching modes. So we're going to hope to resuscitate those boards. But also, if we just wanted to change the inflection of the speech, and something for aesthetic purposes, we could do that by having that header on there. But when we have the release version, there's probably not much of a need to have that header on there, and it just adds to the amount of time it takes to build the boards. So they'll probably only be on the first batch of boards. So Atarivox mode is all 3 pins down and the 2 last pins up. And then I've memorized this already. The other 2 modes are like this. I forget which are which, but I know that the other 2 positions are like this, with 2 and 3 up, and then up, down, up. And then on the other video, the tones, the telephone tones, kind of mirror the dip switch position. So it's a way to kind of help you memorize what the positions are, because it's not, it just takes a while to get used to it. But the default mode is Atarivox mode, and if you ever had a problem with the peak, the Atarivox mode should always still be available, because this basically cuts the peak out of the circuit and it'll just be like a regular Atarivox. And so the boards that were made for the 25th anniversary 7800 are hardwired with these 2 jumper wires and no peak. Saves a lot of time during assembly. And these are just going to be inside the 7800, so the VecVox functionality is not required. So this is a lot easier. And here's another one that's got all the chips on it. So hopefully somebody will be enjoying this one day inside their special 25th anniversary 7800 console. So there it is, finished board, and then we're just going to check it out and see if it works.